York City making its way back and forth between Manhattan and the borough of Brooklyn. Our setting tonight. Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And, of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Irving.
And, guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, Kyrie Irving rediscovered his maternal lineage with the White Mountain family of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. He lost his mother at a young age, and by connecting with her roots, he's found a piece of himself. The tribe gave him the name Little Mountain. Kevin?
Great story, DA. Thank you. Clark, great guards tonight for both teams. Did you ever spend any time in the backcourt at any level when you were playing?
No, I was a ball-handling forward, Kevin, and it served me well, but I was not a guard. I was a forward that could dribble and pass fairly well.
So you were ahead of your time because that's all we see now in the NBA, right? Guards are not always bringing the ball up.
Yeah, you know, somebody just mentioned that to me, Kevin, that I was maybe a tad ahead of my time back in the late 70s.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. And it's Felicio in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Nets, Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. And it's Jordan in at the center position. Lets the 3 fly. And Kevin Durant good for 3. Durant's got the first bucket of the game with the 3 for the Nets. Outside, Markkanen pulls up. And that one hits back iron. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. It's a 3-point game. Prince wide open and off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. Here's Levine. A second chance effort. Here's Felicio. Jordan with some nice D. Tipped away. White against Irving. Pass to KD. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. 6 points for KD.
And that stroke of Durant, effortless. I mean, easily pulling up from the perimeter. Textbook form. Beautiful to watch.
All alone and finished up by KD.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
You know, and not leaving anything to chance either. That's why he takes it right to the bucket.
Now here's White. A 14-point game for him in the win against Indiana. On the wing, Levine. Will it go? And it comes off the front of the rim.
Look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
Prince's shot is good.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
Yeah, and they picked up the win in their last game against this club, and really it was a parade to the free throw line.
Yeah, did a really good job of drawing foul after foul. Very physical and rugged in how they perform. And it paid off.
Bulls have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Here's Felicio, guarded by Jordan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Levine can't hit.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Prince misses. Bulls still looking like they're getting going. Searching for their first points of the game.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. And tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Now here's White. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Woo, man, this thing was turning into a soccer game. A lot of action and not many points.
Here's LeVert after the made shot from Lauri Markkanen. Here's White. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. White's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Bulls. And so it's Brooklyn with it. And now White pushing it up, and no one back to stop him. And White slams it in.
And you can argue this is White at his best, just an absolute terror in transition.
And here's Irving. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Detroit. Passes it to LeVert. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's KD. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Bulls trail by 6. And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
Here's Irving following the basket by Otto Porter. Irving passes to LeVert. Jordan kicks to LeVert. And good that time.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now here's White. Outside Porter. Pass to Markkanen. Over Durant, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
This game was in danger of getting away from them. They've made a nice push to keep it close.
Irving passes to Jordan. Back to Irving. That 3 off the mark. Chicago with the ball. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Prince against Levine. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And KD's got the ball here for Brooklyn. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Yeah, and that one, they just locked it down defensively, challenged shots, and really protected the rim.
Boy, I tell you what, I think you got to really appreciate the grit, getting dirty, staying engaged. That's really what defense is all about.
And here's White following the 3 from Kevin Durant. Some guys check the league standings every day. Others try to avoid it. What was your approach when you played?
Hey, I didn't look at them much because we were a team that was struggling, Kevin. We were just trying to find our way to being competitive back in the early 80s with the Pacers. So I never got to the point where we were a team that was looking at the standings daily. And I avoided the papers pretty much throughout my career just because to me was a bit of a waste of energy and time. I had more things to focus on than where we were in the standings and what people might be saying and writing about us.
And he knocks down the first one.
And a great track record in the draft for the Nets. Karis LeVert selected with the 20th pick and Jared Allen taken at 22.
And you might want to throw in guys too. Rodions Kurucs, the 40th pick in 2018, had a big impact, even participated in the Rising Stars Challenge. And, you know, sometimes you got to make your own breaks, make your own good fortune, and that's exactly what the Nets have done.
And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well.
Al Levine following Durant's 3-point attempt, and Levine. Oh, what a finish!
Good. Well, we know Levine has the hops. That time showing off the creativity.
The Nets with the lead. Here's Irving. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Irving.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
White dishes to Levine. On the wing, Porter. Shot clock at 6. It doesn't go for him. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Irving for 3. With the second effort. That one no good. Excellent D there from Markkanen. Here's Levine. Jordan with the rebound.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
LeVert the pass to Irving. Beyond the arc. It's tipped. Tries to keep it alive. Bulls trail by 4. And here comes White. Leading the fast break. Here's Levine. Gets that one to drop. That's his 3rd field goal in 8 tries.
And off contact. Levine showing you what he can do. The improved strength making a big impact.
So it's Brooklyn now. Now LeVert. 9 points last game out. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Nets lead by 4.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Chicago calls timeout. Brooklyn making some changes. Jared Allen's checked in for Prince. Joe Harris comes in for Karis LeVert. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new grouping. Young's checked in for Felicio. Valentine comes in for Porter. Dun's checked in for Levine. And Satoransky subbed in for White. Markkanen can't get it to go. And that's a foul called on Lauri Markkanen. That is his first foul of the game. Nets leading by 4. Now here's Dinwiddie. Harris up top. Dunn covering. KD with it. Coming off a stellar performance against Detroit. Just 5 to shoot.
Thaddeus Young, a terrific athlete with a long wingspan, and that helps him do a nice job contesting shots.
It's good. Here now is Dinwiddie. He had 13 points in the win against Detroit.
And then there was his pass. When he wasn't scoring on his own, he was making plays for his teammates. And they just couldn't figure out how to defend him.
Now here's Durant. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. And the Nets lead by 4.
Jordan very efficient in the paint because of his length. Close to the bucket, he's hard to deal with.
Satoransky the pass to Young. Back to Satoransky. Fires the 3. The shot, no good. Dinwiddie with some nice D. Here's Harris. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Now it's a 6-point Nets lead. Bulls shooting 47% here so far.
And at this point, there simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list will he land when we talk about the unstoppable scorer.
And with Durant, perhaps the most amazing part, he can have quiet nights, Greg, of 30-plus points.
Kevin, his scores are just so easy for him that you forget you aren't supposed to see 7-foot sharpshooters doing it. He can score from anywhere in any fashion and can hold his own with any player in history in terms of how unguardable he is.
Free throw good, Satoransky. And the Nets making a change here. And so he makes both from the line. Clark, we're seeing a lot of shooters drawing contact. They have that art form down. They know exactly what to do and how to position their bodies, don't they?
Yeah, they really do, Kevin. And I don't know if anybody's any better than James Harden, in part because he's so skilled with the ball, but he's a really thick, strong, agile guard, which makes him hard to defend without fouling him. And he's really developed that ability to seek contact in a legal manner. And I don't think anybody does it any better than him.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Now, here is Young. Nelson Chandler unable to get his shot to go. And Clark, talk about the leadership of a guy like Thaddeus Young.
And he's one of my favorites because he's just solid. His actions speak louder than his words, and he's a grinder. I mean, he's a guy who just gives you everything he has and does all of the little things day in and day out. Tremendous locker room presence.
That free throw good from Thaddeus Young. Starter in this league for almost a decade. Thaddeus Young's numbers, Greg, won't blow you away. So what is it that makes him a winning player?
I think it starts with his defense, Kevin. Drawing charges and getting deflections. His quickness puts him in a position to make those effort plays.
Now here's Allen. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Dinwiddie. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. Bulls trail by 4. And it's done. Penetrating. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
The power of Chris Dunn makes this play happen. I mean, now he gets a chance to cap it off at the line.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Brooklyn?
You've got to like the consistency with which they're hitting that mid-range jumper.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
The free throw drops in for Dunn. Well, so many people were worried about Chris Dunn's offense after his rookie year, but you know what, Greg? He's turned it around.
And gone from struggling to hit 40% of his shots to shooting better from the floor. Still a strong defender, and he's making people forget that his offense was ever a question mark.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
The Nets shooting their first free throw of the evening.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws. 81% as a team.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
Back to Satoransky. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Dinwiddie touched it last.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Shaquille Harrison, he's checked in for Satoransky. Here's Harrison. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Young with the steal. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Bulls have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. That free throw good from Harrison. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. From deep, and that shot was up in time but doesn't go in. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Brooklyn Nets. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all, and he looks to be planning for more. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And this team has shown their toughness and determination, and Kyrie Irving talks about what he sees in his teammates.
What's going to separate us is how close we are, and when we're in the trenches together, I'm looking to my left and to my right and knowing that these guys have my back.
They certainly do.
This team has assembled some hard-nosed, unselfish players. No better group for Irving to surround himself with.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
We've got Spencer Dinwiddie. He's out there with Harris. Jared Allen is out there with Wilson Chandler. And it's Claxton in at the 4 spot. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter.
You cannot give Markkanen room to shoot from the mid-range. I mean, he's capable of dropping these in bunches.
Ball's knocked loose. Chandler scanning the floor. Here's Dinwiddie. And a miss there on the triple. Chicago leading. Here's Valentine. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
A fantastic heads-up play there from Young to find the open man.
Here's Harris. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Allen finds Dinwiddie. Here's Claxton. Three-pointer. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got 5 rebounds tonight. And it's Dunn penetrating. Count it. Dunn's got the lead up to 5 now for Chicago.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Now here is Harris. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Now the pass to Dinwiddie. He's off on that one. Good defensive work there by Young. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, there's not a lot of NBA players who come from Finland. Now there's Lauri Markkanen. Before him, there was Hanno Matala, who was actually Lauri's high school coach. Markkanen is soft-spoken and family-focused, but he says everything starts from basketball. All the decisions I make are based on if it helps me on the basketball court. Kevin?
Terrific attitude. David, thanks. Felicio's checked in for the Bulls. And Chicago has possession. Harrison passes to Felicio. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Mark a big jump in scoring, but I think a lot of that is because of the prolific role players we have in the NBA now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. When you think about starters putting up points and then you have guys that fortify benches and can get points in bunches, the first name that comes to mind for me, Lou Williams. A designated role of scoring the basketball in limited minutes. And when he gets it going, watch out. Nobody quite like Lou Williams putting it in the basket as a role player.
Kyrie Irving, he's checked in for Spencer Dinwiddie. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Nets trail by 9. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
The field for the three-point contest is about to be finalized. And I'll tell you, we have some shooters here who are going to make this year's event a very heated competition.
Kevin, it always is. There's more pride involved in the three-point contest than in any other part of All-Star Weekend. Each one of those guys wants to prove they are the best shooter in the world.
You take a look at Porter. He's got a place in the three-point contest within his reach. I hope he makes it because I know how much this would mean to him to be a part of the event.
I mean, that's a good call, Kevin. He's the type of player that can really deliver on a stage like that. He'll be very dangerous if he ultimately gets in.
The voting is just about over, so we'll keep updating you on how it's going. Some very deserving names at the top of this year's list.
Yeah, no problems with the voting thus far. I think the fans and media have done their homework and picked the best shooters in the league.
Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Chandler leading the charge. It's all in by the Bulls. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
And, you know, the guys on the bench have great confidence in themselves. And when their name was called, they were ready to compete and contribute.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets, trailing here by 8. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington, where they'll face the Wizards. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Young with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Valentine. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 4th assist in this one. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half. Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Stolen by Allen. Here's Irving, and he uses the glass on the layup. Irving's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, you know, you got to appreciate the speed of Kyrie Irving. I mean, incredible at finding different ways to get to the basket, and he is not afraid of anybody.
Here's Harrison to the inside. It's picked off. And here we go. Harris heading to the hoop.
Yeah, you know, it's all about running the right set, and right there, Harris does just that to capitalize.
The Bulls leading by 6. Here's Harrison. Pass to Valentine. Young left side. The 8-footer. And the Bulls with another miss. The Nets have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And there's the foul. It'll go on Denzel Valentine. That is his first foul of the game. So both teams changing it up here. Here's Irving. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
The Bulls have gotten all but 1 of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Chicago. On Sunday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Toronto Raptors. Then on Thursday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for that matchup with the 76ers, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
And the first one drops. Clark, you were so prolific in so many areas of the game. Which part of basketball came the easiest for you?
I think the rebounding piece. I always had a knack for sniffing out missed shots and had the size and timing and hands to chase down rebounds, but that was probably the strength of my game and the most unique part of it at an early age. And then the ball handling. My dad was 6'4" in the 50s, which meant you pretty much played inside, and he drummed into my head and my heart make sure you can handle that ball. So from the time I started playing, I was dribbling and making sure I could handle it, and it served me well during my playing career.
The Nets shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
I don't know if there's a player in the league that has better handles than Kyrie Irving. As a matter of fact, his handles are as good as any I've seen in the history of the game. Smooth, crafty, cunning. Man, it is so much a joy to watch this guy do his thing. He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity, he's cashing in on those.
Irving against White. There's the feed to Levine. 13 feet away, and he connects with the jumper. Levine's got 8.
You know, he wants to be more aggressive from there. I like watching Levine work the mid-range game into his game.
Lobs it up for Jordan, and he lays in the alley-oop.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run.
And as the receiver, he doesn't feel the need to go for the monster finish that time. I mean, laying it up for the 2 points worked out just fine.
And stolen by Jordan. Lets it go from 14. And that's Prince, that time on the assist by KD. KD's got his 3rd assist on the night. White against Irving. Right side Levine from outside the arc. Buries it from 3-point range. He's got 11.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Yeah, they're cracking. Absolutely cracking and looking to pad that lead.
Now here's LeVert. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And you look at Karis LeVert, Clark out of Michigan, 6'7", and a tremendous athlete.
Kevin, he's one of my favorite players over the last handful of years coming out of college. He had some injury issues his last 2 seasons at Michigan, but he's an excellent two-way player. Outstanding energy and aggressiveness, and makes all kinds of plays at both ends of the floor and plays the game the right way.
2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Tremendous versatility for Karis LeVert, offensively, Clark, and defensively. He can play multiple positions.
Boy, I like that about him too, Kevin. 6'7", he's a gifted scorer, can make plays when the ball is in his hands. The Nets have a number of ball handlers, and that's what Coach Kenny Atkinson believes in. Let's get a lot of guys that can make plays and do it for each other and together, and we've got something good.
Now here's White. He's got 7. Levine finds Satoransky. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. And the Bulls lead by 6.
Boy, a terrific find. Levine plays mostly the 2, but he came into the league as a point guard.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Nets. And the layup's good off the glass. Irving's got 11 points.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Kevin Durant.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays with a lot of moxie.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he attacked, got to the line a bunch, and cashed in on his chances. Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
The first free throw is good.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Nets trail by 6. Irving looking for an opening. He kicks to KD. Jordan, and there's Jordan putting it right back in. Jordan's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
Now here's White. 9 points in the game so far, and the jam by Levine.
Can you believe it? I mean, not many guards can sail that high above the rim, and Levine makes it look easy.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. LeVert the pass to KD. Lobs it up for Jordan. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
The Bulls leading by 4. Now White to the paint. Here's Satoransky. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And a solid playmaker. White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Jordan inside. Felicio with a rebound. Felicio's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Levine. Rebounded by the Nets. KD looking around. Over Porter. KD can't get it to go. Bulls shooting so well. 63% the offense working as one cohesive unit. Good on the bucket. Porter's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Fleshing out his game more and more. I really like seeing Porter go to work inside.
Nets trail by 8. Now here is Irving. He's got 11. Passes it to LeVert. Porter pulls it in. Now the Bulls with it. Here's Levine. Oh, you just watch Levine play, and you can see the athleticism he possesses. Greg just explodes anytime he wants to.
And guys, with Levine, the speed and first step have always been there for him. But you can see the strength he's added to his game since his rookie year whenever he goes at the rim.
Free throw good, Levine.
You see Zach LaVine in the Bulls uniform, and it's hard not to think of the trade that sent him here. He was a big part of the deal that sent Jimmy Butler out of Chicago.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Karis LeVert. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Markkanen's checked in. He's off on the 2nd.
He was the 13th pick in the 2014 NBA draft, and Levine's developed into a really high-quality player at the NBA level, and I think he's just scratching the surface.
And with Levine and the Butler trade, there were a lot of critics at the time, but you know what, Greg? It's worked out for the Bulls.
And Kevin, the Bulls took a chance with LaVine, and he's developed into a bright young star. Took another risk giving him a big contract after the injury, but he's come back better and stronger since then.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Irving against White. Pass to Levine. Now Satoransky. Here's Markkanen. Another shot. And he sinks the layup. Markkanen's got 8.
Yeah, Markkanen doing a nice job crashing the glass there, Kevin, at 7 feet tall. This guy making good use of his size on that possession.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Durant. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Zach LaVine. Greg, you get so caught up in how great Durant is at scoring that you forget sometimes about his other terrific offensive skill.
You know, KD doesn't really get a lot of recognition for his passing, but he has fantastic vision. I mean, arguably, he might be the most underrated superstar ever.
Shooting two.
Sees so many double teams and does a great job of getting the ball out to open teammates.
And the first one drops.
And the versatility of Durant, off the charts. Shoots, rebounds, defends. He's the total package.
And both free throws good for Durant.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You've just got to marvel at his greatness.
Levine, good.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Here's Irving. Again, the Nets for 2.
He's starting to find himself out there now. You know, he's taking much better shots here in the second quarter.
And White kicks to Porter. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Irving following the basket by Otto Porter. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
White the pass to Porter, and the shot goes down.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And with his percentage at 87, he's done just about everything they could have asked when it comes to free throw shooting.
And guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
And every year, Porter seems to get better. His three-point shot continues to evolve, and he's embraced taking on more responsibility.
That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Kyrie Irving.
Oh, check out the handles. Their nasty spin move had his man grabbing for air.
Here's Dinwiddie. Lays it in off the breakaway. Dinwiddie's got 7 points in the game.
Boy, dangerous on the fast break. Spencer Dinwiddie, so fast and gets up and down quickly.
And so it's Zach LaVine making things happen for the Chicago Bulls. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Zach, a hard-fought first half. What changes have to be made to get a little separation?
They're making tough shots. We're trying to stick to our concept, so we got to come back, make plays, make shots, and, just stay solid.
Always a challenge for a young team. Thanks for your time, Zach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Zach LaVine led the way in the first half. He ended up with 17 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, there was a big spark from the bench in the first half. Sometimes you're hoping for your reserves to come in and just hold court, but they didn't do that. They actually got better.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Ernie, you see this Band-Aid I got on my wrist? You know why? Because they're fouling too much. It's tough to get going in transition when the other team's shooting free throws. And also, I think they've been caught out of position and have been reacting way too much defensively.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
Yeah, you know what? The defense is going to adjust. They'll be ready for him now, so I'm sure they talked a lot about how to slow him down.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Taking a look at the Bulls. LaVine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. Then it's White, and it's Felicio in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Tries yet again. Basket good. Felicio's got the first points of the second half here for the Bulls.
It's never easy trying to keep him off the glass. He's an absolute beast down there.
Nets trail by 4. Irving with the ball. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way, so they take the lead. Prince has got 12 points in the game.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
White. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And that burst of speed, sometimes White just too much for a defense, which is why you see them compromise.
He's had 6 attempts at the line, made 5 of them.
Shoot 2.
And that one falls for White. Both shots good from the stripe. Brooklyn trailing. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much.
And season 4 for Coach Kenny Atkinson with the Nets. You got to be impressed with the job he's done in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you know, Kenny is a hard worker. He's a bit of a grinder if you were trying to term what category he might fit into. And you see that in his team. And, you know, he admits it. He's getting better just like his players are. And that's a great, great statement because we're all hopefully getting better as we move forward. Just 1 for 4 from the field, not the way they wanted to start the second half.
And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Nets. They've held a 12-point lead earlier.
Well, that was a superb read defensively. He jumped right into the passing lane the instant the ball left the passer's hand.
Now, here's Markkanen. 8 points for him. And he just hasn't been able to get it going.
Only 20% from the field to start this half. To me, it looks like their opponent may have made some nice adjustments. A nice start to the second half. Just 1 miss in their first 5 attempts.
Here's White. Markkanen trying to break loose. Got that one, and the Nets lead has been cut down to just 1 on the basket from White.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
The Nets have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. LaVine against LeVert. Prince outside. No good with the triple. Bulls have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. LaVine dishes to Markkanen. Durant with some nice D.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Irving can't hit.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Good work there as it goes.
You know what you get there? Levine strong enough now to take on contact, able to complete the play.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Knocks it loose. Jordan up top. Outside, Katie. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists in the game. Bulls have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Right the pass to Felicio. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Jordan. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. LeVert kicks to Jordan. He dishes it to Irving. Shoots over Markkanen. Irving can't get it to go. Chicago trailing here. Bean passes to Markkanen. And here's Porter, guarded by Prince. Porter against Irving. And they pick up 2. Porter's got 13 points.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Here's LeVert following the basket by Otto Porter. And the pass to Irving. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Irving's got 19 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Chicago calls timeout. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
And, you know, Kevin, he's on another level right now. Knocking down threes left and right. The defense isn't doing their job, and I think they've got to talk about it quickly.
Wilson Chandler's checked in for the Nets. Then for the Bulls. Young's checked in for Markkanen. Valentine comes in for Otto Porter Jr. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Levine. The shot by Chandler wide open. Shot clock reset for the Nets. A nice shot by LeVert.
You know, you can see the confidence level LeVert has by how often he hunts for his shot, especially from there.
And it's White missing.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Nets?
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
And also, I think it's really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entire game.
And he makes the first.
Hey, grit and grind are words that fit Chandler because that's what he brings to his team, that sandpaper edge and toughness, a guy who doesn't give an inch and is always fighting.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Here's LeVert. He has 7. Dishes it to Irving. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Irving's got 6 in the quarter.
Boy, LeVert's showing you his unselfishness there. I mean, if you're open, he loves getting you the ball.
KD comes with the double team. 3-pointer on the way. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant. Durant's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Allen comes in for Jordan. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Karis LeVert. Inside, here's Allen. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn.
That free throw good from Allen. And Greg, safe to say Allen's defense is ahead of his offense.
Yeah, but his mobility and leaping ability serve him well as a finisher, providing that vertical spacing teams like to have inside.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Boy, a stalwart defender who knows his strengths on offense. I mean, Allen is a fantastic two-way threat, and he wants to get better. This is a guy whose future is bright.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
Boy, I covered Jared Allen in college, and you look at the physical profile he's got. 7.5-foot wingspan, big hands, explosive, really good athlete. He's got all the tools and an upside without limits.
The Nets making a switch here. Harris is checked in. Now, here is Young. He's got 6. Over Allen. Harrison passes to Young. 6 on the shot clock. Over Allen. Shots good from Young. Young's got 8 points. You were talking, Clark, about Allen's length and leaping ability. He's dangerous around the rim.
Boy, he sure is, guys. Still developing his skill game, but he's already more than serviceable at the offensive end of the floor. And we know he's a rim protector defensively. Good feet, gets up and down, has a nice touch and good hands. Boy, this guy is going to be some kind of player going forward.
The Nets have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. And that one falls for Chandler. And Brooklyn making a change here. Chandler hits them both. Bulls trail by 8. White drives in. And it's sent back by Allen.
Boy, that expansive reach of Allen. I mean, so good at positioning himself and using his length and timing to stifle shooting.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Chris Dunn's checked in for Harrison, and Satoransky subbed in for White.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Dinwiddie. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's around 10 points per game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
You know, being drafted number 5 overall, Dunn's faced a lot of high expectations in his young career. Certainly has the physical tools to meet most of those, and I believe he will.
And so he hits both.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
2 points. That one goes. Dunn's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Tell you what, guys, there's no way you're stopping Dunn when he's that close to the hoop.
Brooklyn leading by 6. And here is Chandler. He has 6. Pass to Claxton. Harris outside. 4 on the shot clock. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Here's Chandler. Good. And Harris gets the assist. 8 points for Wilson Chandler.
I think you give Chandler any room to shoot from the mid-range, and he's going to burn you.
And so Satoransky will bring it up for the Bulls. Young outside. Shoots the 3. That one misses. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Harris looking it over. To the middle. Here's Allen. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Felicio's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. And it's denied. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Dinwiddie against Satoransky. Down low. Here's Young.
And they aren't giving up the same types of looks we saw in the first half, making them earn their points now.
Dinwiddie wide open off the left rim and out.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
It's stolen by Allen. There's Dinwiddie. He has 7. Passes it to Harris. To the middle. Young with the steal. Dunn against Dinwiddie. Dunn shot's good.
Dunn is just an unreal scorer and continues to add new wrinkles to his game. When he finds his comfort zone, his team is all the more dangerous.
So it's Brooklyn now. 6-point lead. And Thomas Satoransky gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Oh no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
The free throw drops for Dinwiddie. And at 6'6", Spencer Dinwiddie's tall for a point guard, but Clark, despite his size, very slippery off the dribble.
Yeah, he's ill-like when you talk about him off the dribble, guys. I mean, excellent change of pace, and he's got a quick first step. And once he gets in the lane, his size helps him be a good finisher.
Now, here's Satoransky. He's got 6. Pass to Dunn. Over Harris. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Dunn. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. And Thomas Satoransky gets the whistle that time. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And the 6'6" point guard, Spencer Dinwiddie, second-round pick of the Detroit Pistons in 2014. You know, Greg, they might have wished they held on to him.
One of the most improved players in our league. Last season, he signed that 4-year, $48 million extension from the Nets, rewarding his growth.
Now, here's Satoransky. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Young left side. Back to Dunn for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 6 assists in the game. There's 1:40 left in the third quarter. Satoransky against Dinwiddie. And the call will be against Thaddeus Young. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and due to the bonus, we'll be headed to the free throw line. The Bulls making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in. Dinwiddie against Satoransky. And here's Prince outside. It's all in by the Bulls. Markkanen's got rebound number 8 now on the night. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Spencer Dinwiddie.
And you look at Young, and clearly he's a little undersized when he gets inside, but he knows how to create contact and use his body effectively.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Performed well thus far this season with a 78% clip.
He's been a completely different guy at the line this season. I mean, last year, you weren't sure what you were going to get when he got to the stripe. There's no way we could have expected such a huge increase in those free throw percentage numbers.
First free throw is good.
And you know, as good as Young can be in the open court, doesn't quite carry over to his free throw shooting.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Durant's checked in. And so Young nails them both. 1:16 left to play in the third. Satoransky against Dinwiddie. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And done with the slam.
You know, Kevin, this is what you do when you're not a high percentage jump shooter. You pressure the defense by attacking the rim.
Now Kevin Durant. He's got 25. Rejected by Young, and they're able to recover. Chicago has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Here's Levine. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Here's Prince. No good on that one. And the Bulls going the other way now. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Satoransky kicks to Dunn. The pass to Young. Satoransky with it for the lead. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got assist number 8 now on the night. Outside Durant over Young. And again, it's the Nets missing. We'll return shortly. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. 4th quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Nets. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. On the perimeter, Harris and Prince. And it's Dinwiddie in at point guard. Kicks it out to Allen. Over Porter. Allen's shot is off. Chicago's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Here's Levine. Oh, my goodness! What a play!
You know, guys, Levine can score in a lot of different ways, and when he starts feeling it, it allows him to go for big nights. I mean, this guy can be very explosive offensively.
Nets trail by 4. Dinwiddie dishes to KD. And he uses the glass on the layup. Durant's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Now here's Levine. Drains it from beyond the arc. Levine's got 24.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
Some changes for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Jared Allen. Karis LeVert comes in for Joe Harris. And Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. Here's LeVert. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Boy, Karis LeVert reads defenders very well. This guy is an instinctive offensive player.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bulls.
A lot of times when they needed some easy points in this game, they've been able to get to the foul line and get them.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
And that one misses.
And Levert, the Ohio native, has a ton of potential, folks. A tall, lanky shooting guard with really good playmaking ability.
And he's good on the second.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
Outside, Levine. Pass to Markkanen. Over Jordan. Markkanen can't get it to go.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's hard to avoid fouling Durant, but the problem is he hits nearly 90% of his free throws for his career.
The free throw drops for Durant. Durant nails both of them.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Irving against Dunn. Pass to Levine. Markkanen against Jordan. Takes it from 10. Markkanen can't get it to go.
You know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his third foul of the game. Whitey's checked in for Chris Dunn. Here's White, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And probably more of a natural scorer than passer. White has worked hard on his playmaking ability.
And the first one at the line is good.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
And both free throws good for White.
And he's given them a good contribution at the line tonight, getting there a lot and delivering on his opportunities.
Irving passes to Prince. It's Levert on the wing. Guarded by Levine. Porter with the steal. Irving against White. Back to Young. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Levert from outside. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
Karis LeVert, one of my favorite young players in the league. He's hard to guard because he's got a quick release, and he's very confident in his ability.
Levine against Levert. Now here's Levine. He's tightly guarded. Outside, Markkanen. Shot clock at 5. The 3. And it's KD with the rebound. Durant's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there.
Well, you look at guys like Otto Porter, Greg. He just brings so much with his consistent outside jumper.
And guys, he's shot threes at a tremendous clip the last few seasons. I mean, really for his whole career. Sometimes can be a bit passive, so you just make sure he's involved and looking for his shot.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Porter drops them both. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. It's a three-point game. Outside Jordan. Back to Irving. Prince outside. 4 on the clock. Back to Irving. Shoots over White. And Irving gets it to go on the assist by Prince. Prince has got 3 assists now in this one. Bulls have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. White, good.
Yeah, under control. White has those short, quick strides.
The Nets have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. White against Irving. Outside Durant to tie it up. Rebound collected by Levine.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And there's the call on Durant. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
That's his 4th foul. I'm sure he recognizes the situation because number 5 will put him in a rough, tough spot.
Felicio's checked in for Chicago. Nets trail by 3. And a wide open look for Irving. Chicago grabs the miss. Markkanen's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. And Levine with the slam.
And Markkanen, the big fella, has nice court vision, solid at finding open teammates.
Now, here is Irving. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And here's KD for 3. And again, it's the Nets missing. The Bulls leading by 5. And Levine, here we go. Jordan with the rebound. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. 9 feet out. The shot's good from Irving. Irving's got 10 points in just the second half.
And once he started feeling it, Irving just decided to make it his night. And he's done that in a big way.
White dishes to Markkanen. That one, no good. Great D that time from Durant. LeVert inside the line. Chicago grabs the miss. Porter's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Felicio kicks to Markkanen. Over Irving. Offensive rebound. Back to Felicio. And another shot. That shot, no good.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look. But when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Irving against White to tie it up. And it's Kevin Durant with the 3. KD's got it all tied up now for Brooklyn. Chicago's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. And it's White missing. The Nets have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Jordan the pass to Irving. To take the lead. That shot is off. Now Chicago takes it the other way. And stolen by Prince. Now here's KD, the fast break opportunity. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
Man, Durant is a flat-out baller, showing off his wily strength on these tough finishes. He's a thin guy, but he's a strong guy.
Now here's White. On the wing, Levine. Looking to end the run. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Brooklyn.
Boy, I like the little crafty up fake there to draw the foul, Kevin. I mean, Levine's really starting to mature as a scorer.
And so Levine nails both of them. Brooklyn's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Durant kicks to Irving. Back to Durant. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 10 assists here tonight. So active.
Well, you got to be in awe of what he's doing this quarter, actually destroying the opponent.
Yeah, and that's number 5. One more, and he is going to be done for the day.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for White. And it's Irving with the ball for Brooklyn. They lead by 1. Kicks to Durant. Launches it. That shot off. And the Bulls going the other way now. Durant against Porter. On the wing, Levine. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
You know, battling inside, I like Levine's aggressive approach. Tough to match without fouling.
He misses the free throw. Young's checked in for Chicago. He hits the second from the line.
You can tell that miss at the line might stick with him for a while. Always hurts to miss a chance to take the lead.
Irving against White. Pass to KD. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Porter. Young against Durant. Over Young. KD's shot is off. Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
And he can't get the first one. And he sinks the second.
Yeah, that's a big miss right there. Now only a 1-point lead.
Brooklyn trailing. The pass to LeVert. Over Levine. Misses off the left iron. Chicago's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. And finished off by Porter.
And when Porter is committed to finishing, there's no stopping him. Looking absolutely determined on that drive.
Here's LeVert. He kicks to Irving. Over Levine. Kept alive. The Bulls leading by 3. And here comes White, leading the fast break. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling. Shoot 2.
Free throw good. Porter. Good on both. Irving with the ball. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to LeVert to stop the run. Felicio with a rebound. Felicio's got his 18th rebound here tonight. All over the place. Feeds it to Young. Passes to Felicio. And he goes in for the dunk.
And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Dunn.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
He's been playing in the past few games. I wasn't sure he'd even get meaningful minutes tonight, but he was a different player altogether. He really found something that worked for him. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson talking with his team. He said, we're getting some looks on the three, but we're not connecting. But don't get frustrated. He told them it's a game of ebbs and flows. Keep shooting with confidence. Guys?
Chicago calls timeout. And so White will bring it up for the Bulls. They've led by as much as 10. And it's sent back by Irving. In transition, here come the Nets. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
White against Irving. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Shooting two.
No good on that one. And the second free throw, good. Nets trail by 3. 1:53 left in the game. Pass to Allen. There's the dish to Prince. Jordan inside. To tie it up. The offensive rebound. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 2 here. And so Jordan nails both of them.
Guys, that was critical. I mean, that's what we're used to seeing out of him, though, at moments like this.
The pass to Felicio. Over Jordan. Felicio with the bucket. And the Bulls lead by 3. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely save the layup with that foul, and you'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
2-possession game now. I mean, those were really important foul shots.
And here is Irving. Got it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And you got to admire Irving in these situations. Doesn't let pressure overwhelm him. In fact, he embraces it.
Here's Felicio. It counts.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
Irving kicks to Prince. No good on the triple.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
It's the first, and that increases their lead to 6. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
Can't waste any time here.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Lobbed up there for Allen. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. .11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Just 3 to shoot. Pass to LeVert. Lets it go with a 3. Tips it. The kick out to Irving. Misses there. And so it's Chicago winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time.